So back in October 1st of 2022, that was 934 days ago, is when I decided that I was gonna go all in and start my business. Now, the key to that, and what a lot of entrepreneurs don't show you, is that I actually took the time 9 months prior to that to plan, construct, and think about it before I actually dove headfirst into the business. So if you have a business idea, or maybe you just hate your job and you're ready to switch things up and maybe try this idea that you've had for a while, is it the right timing for you? That's what I'm gonna try to answer today just through my personal experience. This is not by any means advice. I'm no expert at this, but I can just tell you what worked for me. So what worked for me was having that period of time. Luckily, I was in the Marine Corps, so I had the exact date that I knew that I was gonna get out. They gave me 9 months. They said, look, at the end of this 9 months, on this date, it was like September, I think it was September 23rd, you're going to be out of the base. So you gotta pack your bags and skedaddle out of here. So I knew right then and there, I better get my ass to the library and figure out what I'm gonna do. Now for me, it went all over the place. I was like, am I gonna work? Am I gonna, try to scale up corporately? Like, how can I get the most money? What's gonna make me happy? All that type of shit that you're probably going through right now. So if you're in that phase, that's good. That means you're at that beginning cycle. But I knew, okay, September 23rd, I got to get out of here. So I immediately started planning what I wanted to do. I looked at FedEx. I was like, okay, there's a good salary at FedEx. I can make 60 grand a year, if I go to FedEx. So that was kind of my exciting plan. But then I was like, will that make me happy? And the answer was no. So I was like, okay, well, it's got to be something that can take the excitement of the Marine Corps and, translate that into business. And I was like, well, what did the Marine Corps do for me in the nutshell? Well, they taught me to clean. So I was like, I wonder what businesses can revolve around just this skill that I've learned how to acquire. It's not a crazy skill. Everybody can clean, but how well you can clean, obviously in the Marine Corps, they hammer down pretty hard on. So for me, cleaning was going to be somewhere in the mix. And I've always kind of loved cars and grew up with Dukes of Hazzard. And it just kind of made sense to want to clean cars. My dad, always kept his cars clean. So it was just natural. And, after that, it turned into a logo. My friend actually drew that on a napkin. And then it just kind of spiraled and became what it is today. So, moral of the story, a lot of people will try to just go headfirst into whatever idea they have. And for some, that may work, honestly. But a lot of entrepreneurs forget to talk about the time that they took to actually prep before they executed on the project. Again, for me, it was 9 months. For you, it might be 5 days, might be 5 weeks, might be 5 months. Who knows? But if you have an idea, definitely don't ignore that idea. I think you're definitely on the right path, in my opinion, to go after whatever you want to pursue. Sorry for the ambulance. If you live in Murfreesboro, you know the struggle. It happens all the time. But yeah, definitely don't someone's dying out there, prayers to them. But if you have that idea, I encourage you to follow it. Obviously, just like I've followed it. It's obviously one of the best decisions I've ever made. We're scalable. We have employees. It's fun. It's definitely super hard, way harder than the Marine Corps, way harder than I thought it'd ever be. And it continues to change and adapt, and it's very struggling. And I got birds out here today too. This is a terrible video, but hey, if you're watching it, I appreciate it. Again, my advice, my 2 cents on it, what I've done that worked, just go ahead and take the 9 months to prep it out. Go to the library, write it out on a piece of paper. It's not going to be correct. What I thought I was doing on day one of the business is not what I'm doing now. You'll be okay with that. I promise your future self will forgive you for not executing on the plans that your younger self thought was going to make it. You're going to enjoy the process through and through, so just start it. Honestly. But again, get your finances in order before. Big thing for me was kind of just like, okay, straight to the money. Like, how am I going to get people to buy? I went really technical in my business startup. So some people go real, I'd say emotional. So they start looking at what's my mission, what's my value, I didn't do any of that. I went, how can I be legal? That was my first thing. I was like, I want to be an LLC. I want to have a business license. And then I went like, okay, how am I actually going to get the money? I can't just use Venmo, So I was like, okay, Square, Stripe, all these payment processors, Wix for websites. I was like, people have to know about my stuff. So Instagram ads, all that stuff starts coming together. I went real tactical with it. And I think that's the way you should probably approach it if you're trying to get just like, if you're really fearful about starting a business, the fear exists in the vague, right? So if you can kind of pinpoint exactly how these things are going to happen, it's much easier to just follow a to-do list rather than just relying on your internal intuition to kind of guide you through it. It's just a lot better way to approach it that I think you might enjoy if you start your company. So yeah, try logistical, get the steps out on a piece of paper, follow it. And by all means, if you have comments or questions, just drop it below and I'll do my best. Like I said, I'm a rookie entrepreneur. Been doing this for 3 years now, and we have 80 monthly members, which a lot of them probably are watching this video. So shout out to you guys if you are. A little bit different content today, just kind of, personal, I guess. But yeah, so 80 monthly members, all of them signed up for like a year so that we get reoccurring revenue, helps us through the winter. If you can find a way to make your business reoccurring, that's one thing in your planning process. If you're planning a business, find a way to make it reoccurring. So a lot of people sometimes just want to sell one thing one time, and that's like their business. They're like, I want to sell bread. It's like, okay, you sell bread one time for $15, or you could sell it 12 times in a year, once a month for $10, and you're getting longer lifetime value. Bunch of business stuff that you'll learn along the way. Not something you really need to stress too much, but just consider it in your planning. And again, the faster that you can get legal and correct, honestly, that's what helped me the most. And also, while we're here, beautiful sunset going down here. But anyways, that's my little quote unquote ADHD. I feel like that gets overused a lot, but my ADHD rant for the day. Just a lot of stuff going down in my thoughts. So I figured I'd share it because I'm trying to get back into the content game. So if this was helpful for you, again, take the 9 months, make a tactical planning. Let me know how it goes. I do lives every Tuesday now. So every Tuesday, if you join the channel, subscribe to the channel, I'll be hopping on there to answer some of your business questions or detailing questions or just questions you have in general. I'll try my best. So if that's interesting to you, check that out. Click subscribe. Let me know how your business goes. If you have a business idea, drop it below. I'd love to kind of filter it out and see what other people are doing as well. I'm stuck on this. I will never change. This is just how it's going to be. It's not stuck. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm staying disciplined on the path. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's definitely, whatever you choose is going to be hard. There's going to be challenges to it either way. You're going to want to switch it a lot of times if you just don't do that. You can change your model, obviously tweak and tune it, but stay in the same thing. Once you start it, just everything will work. It's just how long it'll take for it to work. So just stay disciplined in that and you'll be A-okay. So take the leap, start the business, and if you need help, let me know.